Good day, Mr. Heli.
Good day, ma'am.
How was your day?
It was great, not to mention I have this opportunity to be interviewed for this job.
Good. So why do we need to hire you as our business strategist?
First and foremost, I am completely competent with the job. I have all the skills that a great business strategist must have. I am good at planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. That makes me competent with this job.
Since you said that you are capable of leading, organizing, and planning, can you explain in the most simplest way what is a business plan?
A business plan is a written description of your business and future directions. It is a document that tells what you plan to do and how you plan to do it.
Then what do you know about the trending business plan?
The trend in business plan nowadays is go back to the fundamentals with good and calculated projections and solid analysis. A business plan with an easy-to-read, quickly format instead of vague, long sentences, it's much more appropriate and appreciated. Investors are easily discouraged by lengthy sentences yet lacking in substance. Keep the wording and formatting straightforward and make the plan short.
Okay, for the last, can you explain to me what is the difference between simple wording and simple thinking?
Simple wording and simple thinking are two different things. Simple thinking means that you have not fully developed the idea and therefore lacks of substance. Simple wording, on the other hand, is aimed at getting your point quickly and easily to people who will read it without neglecting the important information.
Thank you for your time. You've answered all the questions efficiently, and that makes you our business strategist starting this Monday.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good day.
Can use this. Should I buy a lot of food or things that I want?
Small business is the backbone of the economy, and with social media continuing to grow, video marketing has never been more crucial.
Right! I will use my money to start a business, but I need help. I'll call my best friend Shachi.
How will you start, right? Yeah, exactly. And I also need my parents' approval. I'll help you. So, why don't we start by writing a business plan? How? Wait. Let's watch together and search about the do's and don'ts of writing a business plan. Wow, that's a great idea. I'm glad I called the right person. Alright then.
Hi guys! Press the enter.
We have the answer. Intro. Roll it. So, I and Alea are here to give some tips about writing a business plan.
But before we go to the do's and don'ts, we are going to share something to you guys.
Yeah, right? Go on, Alea.
So first, effective business writing is completely different from writing a storybook.
Remember that people might be reading your business plan while talking to someone on the phone, while eating, or going going through emails.
So, to make sure that you are able to craft a business plan that gets across people, let us proceed to the do's and don'ts.
For do's. First, use short sentences instead of long complicated ones.
Because short sentences are easier to read and understand.
Second, use simple and straightforward language.
And if you can use one word for a 2 or 3 word term, do so.
For the last but not the least, use bullet points for list.
Because these are easier to digest but should also be explained briefly when explanations are needed. And for the don'ts, or should I say don't, because there is only one, and that is do not use shortcuts, jargons, and acronyms.
Do not expect everybody to guess what you have in mind. Always spell this out.
So, I think it's time for us to say goodbye, Iya.
That's all, and we hope that you learned something from us. Again, press the enter.
And we have the answer.
So, that's it. It is helpful, right?
Absolutely.
For now, I have to end this call because I have something to do. You just go and do your business.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye!
Here's the question. What is the average length or the suggested length of a business plan?
The average length of most business plan is now shorter than it used to be. Suggested number of pages is from 20 to 30 pages of text and another 10 pages of appendices for monthly projections, management resumes, and other details. A 50-page or more business plan means that you have a not fully summarized it. Adding photos of proposed location, place of suppliers, menus, logos, signages, and target markets may make the business plan thicker, but these are necessary inclusions for a cleaner plan.
Most business experts and counselors say it should be 30 to 50 pages as a minimum, while others may say even less or more than this depending on their own personal perspective. A good business plan length is whatever is required to excite the potential investors or exits, prove that management really understand the market and the detail of the execution strategy. Many management teams feel that their company is too complex to describe in 15 to 25 pages. While this is sometimes true, the plan is not meant to tell the whole story. Rather, the company must be boiled down into its critical and most compelling elements. If the investor is interested, there will be a plenty of additional time to tell the whole story.
Pleasant afternoon to all of the viewers. Hoping all of you are having a nice day. This is Kyla Cassandra Sinisa, your host for today, and this is the Talk of Business. For today's episode, we have Sir Yang, a CEO of Batong Bakal Company, as our guest for today. He will share knowledge about presenting important data when it comes to business. Sir Yang, it's a pleasure to meet you. Please say hi to our viewers.
Oh, hello everyone, special to you, Miss Kyla.
So, Sir Yang, when presenting important data, there are things that needed to be considered, right? Can you tell us what are those things? And may I let you explain it to our viewers?
Of course I will. No problem. Oh, thank you, Miss Kyla. So, here I am now. When presenting important data, you have 5 things you may consider. I'll illustrate all of those. Number 1. Use bar charts to present sales, gross margins, net profits, cash flows, and annual net worth. Number 2. When presenting important data, use 2-dimensional bars instead of 3. These are easier to understand. Number 3. When presenting market shares to market segments, I recommend using pie charts. Number 4. When presenting only the major tasks and important milestones, use Gantt charts. Too many details make things bug. And last, number 5. Specify which appendices contains the details, if there is a need for more information.
Thank you, Sir Young. Again, this is Talk of Business, and I hope you learned something from us. Thank you for watching our show. Bye!
I am Miss Danica Manalo and I am a business owner. Before we start, let me tell you a very short story. So, as you all know, I am Miss Justine Cyril Generosa's friend, your boss, of course, and she asked me if I can be your guest for today, and of course I can't say no. So here I am in front of you to guide and to help you on how to successfully finalize a business plan. So without further ado, let's get started. So in successfully finalizing a business plan, we should consider 4 tips. First, limit the use of fonts in your document to only 2. First is the headings, second is the body text. For the headings, you should use a simple sans serif font such as Arial, Tahoma, or Vendana. For the body text, you should use a standard text font like Century, Times Roman, or Book Antigua. And also, you should use 11 or 12 for font size. For the second tip, we should separate section using page breaks and for separating charts from text and to highlight tables. So, you must remember that the section should be separated so that you can highlight the tables and we can easily understand the texts. We are now on our third tip. For the third tip, we shouldn't cram together words into small spaces. It is better to see white space than a crowded one. So we should remember that it shouldn't be crowded so that we can easily understand it. So finally, we are on 4th tip. For this, proofread your text carefully. Always use your spell checker on your laptop, of course. You can also ask a friend or your business partner to read the document. Make sure that your text numbers and your table numbers match. So, this is the end of my presentation. Again, I am Miss Danica Manalo and thank you for having me here. I hope you learned something from me. Thank you.
Now I will present to you an example of business plan. So first, Name of business or the proposed name of your business. We put Fabricantes de Chocolate, meaning our business is related to chocolate. Next, our proposed business is what? Making and selling chocolate truffles. Next, the skill to be learned on the business is making chocolate truffles. The location of the business is Calapan City, Oriental Mindoro because the business owners are from here. Next, market. Our consumers where and when. Common consumers are kids and teens of Calapan City every day because commonly kids and teens are the ones who eat chocolate compared to adults. Since everyone is now using social media, we will promote our business by posting digital poster in social media. So, business operation. We will produce the product, chocolate truffles. How many pieces? Every day, every week, every month, and in a year. So, every day is 15 pieces. Every week is 105 pieces. Every month is 420 pieces. And in a year's time, a total of 5,040 pieces. Next, who will be hired? We will hire one trustworthy person and 3 people who have experience in managing business and can make chocolate truffles. We will divide the work in what way? So, the trustworthy person is the one that we will be letting to manage the money, or she or he will take the position as treasurer. Next, those who have experience in the business will be the people to make or cook every delicious chocolate truffles. Next, the people who will manage the business are the manager, who will be the one to manage the whole business, the treasurer, who is capable for the money, and the workers who are capable for working and making delicious chocolate truffles for the business. So that's all for the business plan.
Business expenses. Our startup expenses will include the following. First, chocolate truffles ingredients, which are condensed milk with an estimated price of 90 pesos for 1 kilogram. Cocoa powder for 240 pesos estimated price for 1 kilogram. For other expenses, food wrap with an estimated price of 40 pesos, but we will buy 3 of it, so it will be 120 pesos. Container at 200 pesos estimated price. Fuel for transportation or commuting expenses is estimated to 200 pesos. The fuel expenses is good for 2 months while the rest is good for 1 month. Equipment and tools to be used is not included since the business owner don't have to buy those. So the total is 850 pesos. For the operating expenses for 1 year would include the following. 12 kg of condensed milk for 1,080 pesos, 12 kg of cocoa powder for 2,880 pesos. Since 630 pieces of chocolate truffles fits on 1 wrap, 8 wraps is needed per year, which costs 320 pesos. 168 containers per year is needed since it holds 30 pieces per container. 2,400 pesos is needed. 1,200 pesos for fuel expenses or commuting expenses in 1 year. The estimated products to be made is 15 pieces per day, 105 per week, 420 per month, and 5,040 per year, with a total of 7,880 pesos. We will borrow money from Mrs. Marilu Liesa at an interest rate of 10%. our monthly payments will be 935 pesos. The interest will start on after 30 days or 1 month of borrowing the money.
Our sales income, we will sell our product at 5 pesos and our projected sales are 100 pesos daily, 3,100 pesos monthly, and 37,200 yearly. Since the current price of the product in the market is also 5 pesos, we will sell 100 pieces daily, 3,100 pieces monthly, and 37,200 yearly, which gives us our estimated sales income of 37,200 pesos yearly.
Our business will contribute the following. Our product will bring joy to each and every customer. Our product will provide a tasty bite for the children and a delightful bite for the teenagers. Our product contains cocoa powder which has health benefits such as reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and lower blood pressure. Our business will be facing the following risks. Lack of supplies of the main ingredient like cocoa, lack of workers, and slacking of sales.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am your professor for today. I am Professor Magdalena. So, today we'll be discussing about the investment plan form. So, let me present my screen to you. It is example of investment plan form I did yesterday. For the product that serves as my basis is a chocolate truffles. And for the first, we have a table here, which consists of product and or service. In the table, it includes the item, what is needed, what is on hand, and the cost of the materials, of course. So for the first item, we have equipment. In the what is needed, we have stove, refrigerator, container, strainer, spatula, bowl, and a plastic wrap. For what is on hand, we have stove, refrigerator, container, strainer, spatula, and bowl. We don't have plastic wrap. So for the cost, we have 120. So for the item again, we have raw materials. What is needed? Cocoa and condensed milk. What is on hand? We don't have any on hand of it. So for the cost, we have 240 for cocoa and for condensed milk, we have 90 pesos. For the transportation, we only need to buy fuel for motorcycle that costs 200 pesos. For the packaging, we will be needing a container and it costs 200 pesos. For the construction, labor, training, promotion, others, we will not be needing any of it because we're just starting a business and we don't have enough money for that. The last is the total cost of every materials that we will be needing and it costs 850 pesos. It is the total cost of every materials. These are the formulas to determine the sales income daily, weekly, and monthly. So these are the sales chart from the given examples. So for the daily sales income, it is equal to price per item multiplied by number of items sold. For the price per item, it is 5 pesos and the number of items sold is 15 pieces. So 5 times 15 is equal to 75 pesos daily sales income. For the weekly sales income, it is equal to daily sales income multiplied by number of selling days per week. So for the daily sales income, it is 75 pesos, while the number of selling days per week is 7 days. So 75 times 7, it is equal to 525 pesos. It is the weekly sales income. For the monthly sales income, it is equal to daily sales income multiplied by number of selling days per month. The daily sales income is 75 pesos, while the number of selling days per month is 28. So 75 times 28 is equal to 2,100 pesos. It is the monthly sales income. So how about the yearly sales income? So you just need to add the monthly income for 12 months. So 2,100 multiplied by 12, it is 25,200 pesos.
Hi guys! Welcome to our vlog! This is Justin Generosa and Miss Kiseo Mali. Welcome to Business Talk Show. For today's video, we're going to talk about how to compute operational expenses. So let's start. Here in our PPT, you can see 5 columns, which is total, needed, source, cost per cycle, and cost per year. So, in total, there is raw materials, transportation, facilities, worker, training, promotion, and loan payments. So, in raw materials, we just need 2 ingredients, which is cocoa and condensed milk. Of course, we can buy it in any grocery store, and in our grocery store here, the cocoa is 10 pesos for 100 grams, and we need in doing truffles is 600 grams, so it is 600 pesos. So in condensed milk, we need 10 cans of condensed milk, and it is 42 pesos per can. So in cost per year, we need to times 12 months times 600 equals 72, and in condensed milk, 420 times 12 months is 3,040. While in transportation, we just need fuel. Of course, we can get it in gas station, and it has 100 pesos for 1 liter. And of course, in 12 months, we need to expend 1,200 pesos for our transportation. So in facilities, we don't need to rent or something. We just need our house or our friend house to do our product or the truffles. In cost per year, we have nothing to spend in money, just none, and cost per year it is also none. So while in worker, we are 11 workers in the company, and we name our company Group 4 Company, so we do not pay for each other. So cost in cycle it is none, and cost per year it is also none. So we're going to split the profit of our product by each one, and also the next column will be presented by Miss Kiseo Mali.
So for the next one, we have training. It is only done once a month using a YouTube channel that provides a video tutorial. And for the cost, there is none. For promotion, we will let the consumers have a free taste for buying our product, and it's free. And for loan payments, as far as I know, we have none. If we compute the cost per year, we will come up of 13,440 pesos. Here is the equation. Yearly cost is equal to the cost of 1 cycle times number of cycles within a year. That would be 13,440 is equals to 600 plus 420 times 12. Next, 13,440 is equals to 1,020 times 12. Next, 13,440 is equals to 12,240 plus 1,200 for transportation. And there, we get the answer. It's 13,440.
Wow! Thank you for the clear presentation, Ms. Umali. Can you answer these 3 questions of mine? The first question is, how much money do you have in starting the business?
We have 2,200 pesos on hand.
Also, thank you. So this is the second question. How much do you need to borrow, or do you borrow some money to start the business and begin the operating?
We have none because our investment is just equal or exact. That is why we don't have to get a loan or borrow money.
So this is our last question. Ms. Umali, if you're going to loan some money for starting your business, how much interest can you pay or will you pay?
We have no interest to pay because, as I said earlier, we don't have to get a loan or borrow money from someone else.
So that's all for our vlog. Thank you for watching. Hope you learn.
Hello everyone. So here I am, Darika Manalo again, and we are now on computing for cost plus profit price.
So these are the step-by-step procedure for computing your cost plus profit price. So for the first step, which is monthly cost, list down the materials and other expenses that you are going to use. For example, for the materials that cost 450 pesos, 200 pesos for transportation, and another 200 pesos for the packaging, with a total cost of 850 pesos.
After discussing the number 1 monthly cost, we are now on number 2, the number of items you produce each month, and we can produce 420 items each month.
The third step is computing the per item cost, which the formula is cost, the total of one over number of items is equal to per item cost. I have here an example. So since our total expenses monthly is 850 pesos, it will be divided to the number of items every month, which is 420 pieces. So 850 divided by 420 is equal to 2.02. And that's it. Per item cost 2 pesos.
We are now on number 4, the amount added to each item's cost for profit and reasonable amount for markup. A market survey is necessary to find out how much customers are willing to pay. And we found out that customers are willing to pay 5 pesos for each item, which makes us to produce 3 pesos per item for profit.
For the fifth step in computing for cost plus profit price, add an per item cost and profit margin for each item, and you have sales price for each item. So, we added 3 pesos cost and profit margin for each item, and 3.75 pesos, which we subtract the 25% of 5 pesos, that is 1.25 for the sales price for each item. Now that you have successfully completed your business plan and have computed startup and operating expenses as well as profits, you are now ready to put together the different parts of your business plan.
A business plan is a written description of your business and where you want it to go in the future. It is a document that tells what you plan to do and how you plan to do it. If you have some notes describing your business strategy, either on your notebook or stored in your computer, it is as good as preparing a good foundation for your business planning activity.
The trend in business plans nowadays is to go back to the fundamentals with a good and well-calculated projections and solid analysis. A business plan with an easy-to-read quickly format instead of long sentences is much more appropriate. Investors are easily discouraged by lengthy sentences yet lacking in substance. Keep the wording and formatting straightforward and make the plan short. However, simple wording and simple thinking are two different things. Simple thinking means that you have not fully developed the idea and therefore lack substance. Simple wording is aimed at getting your point quickly and easily to people who will read it.
Are you ready? Our game for today is about how to write a business plan. So let's begin. First, a business plan should be A. 20 to 30 pages of text and another 10 pages for appendices. B. Over 50 pages. C. The longer the better. Or D. All of the above. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Correct. The answer is letter A.
Second, limit the type of font on your document only to A. One type of font, B. Two types of font, C. More than two types of font, or D. None of the above. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Correct. The answer is letter B.
Third, the font to use for the heading should be A. Arial, B. Tahoma, C. Verdana, or D. Any of the above. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Correct. The answer is letter B.
Fourth, the font used for the body text should be A. Century, B. Times New Roman, C. Book Antigua, or D. Any of the above. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Correct. The answer is letter B.
The last question, the font size to use should be A. 11 or 12, B. 10 or 11, C. 14, or D. All of the above. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Correct. The answer is letter A. Congratulations, you got all the right answers. See you next time.